Everybody, Reading Smoke Nation, welcome to the Art of Reading Smoke with Phil Jost. I'm Phil Jost. Let's get started. Hey, we're going to watch the front end of this video, and we've got just a little bit of thin laminar white, right? And there's some color in here on occasion. We're going to watch it at various points. We're already about 5 minutes in, and we're going to watch just this fire is essentially stays in steady state as we go through here. It gets a little worse, right? So a little worse over the course of time. The color is getting more into the brown, but the overall volume is about the same. Velocity is about the same, right? Density. The color's changing a little bit on occasion, but it's essentially a steady state fire. As we go through here, we can find some areas where we get a little more like out of this window, but then it goes back to being an intake, which will happen here in a second, right? So basically steady state, getting, because in the class, when we talk in the class, we talk about is it getting better or worse over seconds or minutes, and this is getting worse, but over the course of minutes as we move along here, right? So we'll get into the 10-12 minutes, so we're looking at 6-7 minutes of video here, and they're about to add ventilation to the mix, right? So when they add ventilation to the mix, right here, what we're going to watch is a relatively rapid, especially considering how this fire's been growing, this is a relatively rapid increase in fire behavior. Now there's a little glitch in the video there, so there's some sort of cut. I'm not sure exactly what that was, but now you can see we have really a nice clean mix here, right temperature, right mix, and so we're getting the fires coming out, and you're going to see a rapid increase in overall volume. Velocity is going up, right, way up here, starting to punch out here, but look at what's coming out of the Charlie side gable now. Pretty thick, it's still mostly in the white end of that grayscale. On occasion you get darkness, and you're definitely getting brown out of there now, right? So significant fire behavior. Again, another cut there. Now what we're going to see here in just a minute is they're going to get a fire attack going here, but it's not going to be a really effective fire attack. You're going to see the stream come through, you're going to see this column of fire go away. When the column of fire goes away, it gets replaced with lots of turbulent, thick black smoke. It's a little bit hard to see mixed in with the steam, but you're definitely going to see it. And while they're doing it, you're not going to see any change in the fire behavior here and here, right? These are not very far away. And so when we have fire attacks, we want a rapid and sustained decrease in volume, velocity, density, color. Mostly velocity and density, right? That's what we're going to be looking for. But what we're going to see here is the fire itself goes away, but the volume of smoke actually goes up because it's not being consumed anymore, and the underlying velocity and density remain, right? And so as that's going on, you can check the fire behavior right here. You're going to just see that it turns out to not be that effective of a fire attack. I don't know if it's the angle. Here we go. So they're hitting it, but notice this underlying color and velocity and density and smoke, and as soon as they stop with this hand line, you're going to see the smoke is bam, it's right back, and relatively quickly we get back to having a nice clean burn. A little less clean than it was before, but most of the fire behavior returns, and we have a nice clean burn taking up, remember, smoke is fuel, so burning up the fuel, and you notice we're right back to fire behavior. This never changed. Now we're going to get, there's going to be another cut in the video here, and we're going to get a little further on the firefight. They're going to get, we're going to get a chance to see them get a really effective fire attack into this same space. Now, possible that the crews inside are not seeing the same thing, right? We don't know what they're seeing. You can see they're still trying the same fire attack, same initial effect, and the same return of velocity and density once that line goes away, right? And so the fire behavior basically continues unabated in these other spaces, and so what we're going to want to look for, right, is rapid and sustained decrease, right? And here's where we're going to get it. We're going to get a really good fire attack in here. We're going to get copious volumes of billowing white steam here relatively quickly, and it's going to really make a difference in this fire attack. It's a little, the video is a little bit glitchy, so I apologize for that. But notice they're hitting it in there. They're really getting it in there, and all the fire behavior's gone. Most of the velocity's gone, replaced with copious volumes of billowing white steam. Still a little bit of underlying color as they get over the top on this thing, and we can look forward on this and we can see that velocity and density is completely gone now. In a relatively short period of time after they get water, good water application, right, there's almost nothing left. Now, I'm not saying there isn't stuff to dig out in here. There's still work to be done, right? As always, just because you get over the top on fire attack doesn't mean the work's over. Maybe you haven't got the searches or whatever done. That stuff still has to get done. In this case, we just got to watch as fire attack was being ineffective, and then relatively soon after that, from the exact same space, a good solid fire attack where we're getting water in all of the spaces where the fire behavior and taking care of the fire behavior. So that's the visual cues you're looking for. And thanks for joining me here on YouTube. Spread the word, like, and subscribe. And as always, you can check in the show notes for a list of classes. We'll shortly be adding a bunch of them for 2023. Already got quite a few booked. And always looking to see if we can make a stop in your town or district to do a little bit of Reading Smoke with you. All right, thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in to the Art of Reading Smoke with Phil Jose. I'm Phil Jose, and I'm out.